Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to COASTER-net Update. We've got some breaking news where Vekoma has just released a brand new animation of a brand new ride model that they are calling Top Gun. Now, Danny...
Boy, haven't heard that name before ever in the roller coaster world, have we?
just a few times, and not so much recently.
We have heard it from Vekoma, though.
Yeah. So this brand new ride style is very reminiscent of a small Blitz-style coaster. I'll tell you what, Vekoma's been producing some pretty exciting ride models, and a lot of them are going overseas to Europe and into Asia, that we see a lot of purchases being made overseas. And I'll tell you what, just today, I think today was the breaking point for me on social media, where Vekoma has been the long-standing joke, the running joke for so many years, with the boomerangs, with the SLCs, with the uninspired layout.
This is a new Vekoma these days now. I mean, I think some of the stuff that they have done recently, Vekoma is not the punchline of the amusement industry in terms of manufacturers anymore. And that brings up an interesting question. Who is? Who is it really? I mean, because, Togo is kind of no more. Right? Vekoma's not doing, junk anymore. Who is, the laughing stock of the
Golden Horse?
Golden Horse? Well, okay, whose ride have you ridden that still exists? I mean, nobody's really making shitty rides.
I almost feel as if almost Intamin's become that laughing stock where
because they haven't done anything.
They haven't, and I think that's why is they haven't done anything in the States. Although you could make the same argument that we're making for Vekoma right now, and Intamin's doing some fantastic stuff over in Europe.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know if that's a valid argument as well. But this Vekoma, like I said, today I felt was the breaking point where so many people started sharing this video that
I shared it
here. So many people have shared this video, and it's like, wait a minute, where did Vekoma come from? And I'm kind of sitting here, and I've been saying this for a while now, that how many times have I mentioned the Lek coaster? I think that was the ride for me.
Yeah.
That set Vekoma in a different route. That the Lek coaster, when I saw that one, I'm like, oh, it's going to be stupid. It's going to, it's in Poland, and what does Poland have? And, well, they have a fine roller coaster is what they have there. And when I saw the Lek coaster and the layout and the actual testing of it, I'm like, this is a legit roller coaster. And now this one, Top Gun, this one takes that to a new level. This one is very reminiscent of Maverick, of the Blitz coasters.
Yeah.
It looks like it has the speed. It has smaller trains, 8-person trains, so you're going to get much tighter elements, hopefully faster transitions. The stuff on this looks absolutely amazing, and I think, Danny, my question is, when is America going to start buying this stuff?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a stigma with the name Vekoma out there that people just don't want to deal with them. I mean, when I saw this morning come across my news feed, I immediately thought, I said, this looks like the love child of Maverick and the Lek coaster. Because, it's got that same it's got the Lek coaster look to it, and it kind of looks like it's about that size, and, it's sort of compact like that, but it's got the transitions and, some of the elements and the quickness and agility that Maverick seems to have. And I was really, really impressed with the way that ride starts out. It kind of goes up this top hat, and it's like an inversion, but then it ends up on top of the top hat. It reminds me of it's like
the Rip-Ride Rocket almost.
Yeah, sort of. It's like the Mr. Freeze top hat decided halfway through the element that it wanted to be Rip-Ride Rocket instead, and decided it's going up and it's doing the inversion, but it's like, oh, but let me end up on top of it. It's really kind of cool. It's sort of like what the Skyrocket 2 models do, with their non-inverting loop after the barrel roll thing. It's kind of like that in reverse. So I thought it looked really, really cool. There's some great transitions. It's even got like the little low to the ground corkscrew thing towards the end that the Lek coaster has when it like goes through the station building at the end, which is like one of the signature elements that we've talked about a couple times here on this. It really looks like it could be a really cool ride. And I wonder if this is something like I remember, what is it, Energylandia, who did the hyper coaster that they're building. They were talking about like the rendering came out before they named the ride, because it was like, oh, do you want this one or do you want the intimate one? And like they kind of let the people have their say, or at least it seemed like they did. I wonder if this is a ride that they've already like designed for a park and they're unveiling it, but they're not saying where it's going, or if this is like a stock model and this animation just has some theming in there, to make it look kind of cool. I don't know which it is. I don't know what's more likely, to be honest.
Well, supposedly Vekoma is very, very busy right now overseas, building a number of different rides. I've been
told, be for a China park, and we just would never hear about it.
I've been told, even to the point where Vekoma is pretty much solidly booked up for the next few years, that even if an American park wanted to buy one, they might not be able to. Now, that could have all changed with the big S&S merger, the Sansei technology merger.
Yeah.
That maybe we know Vekoma is, still on their own, but maybe they're going to expand production here, because if I'm booked up,
some more resources over there.
Like if I'm booked up, why do you keep releasing new ride types? Like, you're obviously trying to sell these to somebody, and it seems like most of the American enthusiasts are pretty excited by what they're seeing here. This would be perfect for any park, for Cedar Fair Park, for a Six Flag Park. The question is what the price tag on these are, and I do not know that answer at all.
I would say it's probably going to be quite a bit more than what we're used to from Vekoma, because if these rides are as good as advertised, saying that they're still much smoother than the Vekoma of the past days. I mean, part of the reason that the SLCs and the boomerangs are so rough is because they're very cheap. They're made with large manufacturing tolerances, and if those things are tightened up, then the ride's going to be much smoother, but your cost is going to skyrocket.
Now, here's something. So, the Lek coaster on RCDB is only listed at 4.3 million euros.
Okay.
Which would be about $5 million.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's not that smooth then.
Well, for $5 million, Danny, we just sat here and talked about on the Cedar Point show what they could possibly be putting in. For $5 million, that's a steal. It's got, like, a coaster's a coaster. Like, it's going to be smooth, but for $5 million, that's a steal. For what?
Yeah, that's like the same price as one of the tiny Eurofighters.
And I would much rather have Lek coaster. Now, I don't know if that's a discount because they're trying to sell these to a number of different parks. So maybe a park like Legendia. This is not Energylandia. This is Legendia now in Poland. Yeah. Maybe a park like that doesn't have $24 million to spend.
Wow.
But for $5 million, that seems like an incredible deal.
Yeah, that really does. That actually surprises me quite a bit there. So, boy, that's there's some possibilities. I would love to see something like this make its way
because
over
at
here.
That price range, even if you're at the $10 million price range, you're right there with Six Flags. Six Flags, those free flies have to be $6 or $7 million. And if I was presented with a free fly or Lek coaster, I'm taking Lek coaster 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I mean $5 million is about what the Eurofighter, like Untamed, Hydrus, SpongeBob, those types of rides. That's about what those would cost. So I mean, you give me Hydrus or SpongeBob. We were talking about this the other day. What are you looking up SpongeBob?
Well, SpongeBob was oh man, I forgot the number. It was like 7 or 8 million, I think it was.
Yeah, so I mean, if you give me like Lek coaster or SpongeBob, I mean, not having ridden Lek coaster, that looks like the more interesting ride to me.
Absolutely. So this is going to be real interesting, and I wonder if that price is right. Like, good Lord, that's super cheap. That's shockingly cheap for that ride. Obviously, this Top Gun looks a little bit bigger than Lek.
Yeah.
It has a few launches in it too, so that's going to obviously drive up the price. But man, if Vekoma is going to produce high quality rides at low prices, what more do you want?
We should start buying them, folks.
Yeah, start buying these damn coasters, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully we start seeing a whole bunch of Vekomas all around. I would not be opposed to seeing this in every Six Flags park and every Cedar Fair park, different versions of the Top Gun, the Bermuda Blitz. They have a whole bunch of different models now. So hopefully parks start jumping on this bandwagon, because obviously the people want this. And what we've seen, especially with Six Flags, is when there's a Facebook, outcry, hey, this looks amazing, Six Flags usually listens to that and is like, hey, maybe we should go out and get one of those bad boys. We did with the Tourbillons.
Yeah, well.
Right?
I mean, absolutely. So, definitely going to be interesting to see if one of these pops up somewhere, somewhere in general. And then, maybe if maybe these Vekoma rides, this new age Vekoma rides will start to make their way over here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will keep you updated. Hopefully we'll be doing a new update on where this ride's going to show up.
Worlds of Fun, Andy. That's the Worlds of Fun coaster we've been missing.
That's a perfect ride for Worlds of Fun, though.
No, they're getting Cannonin.
No, Dorney's getting Cannonin.
Oh, Dorney's getting Cannonin, right.
Yeah. You got to keep up. Danny, you got to stay up to date on your where is Cannonin? It's like, where's Carmen?
Wait, I thought Dorney was going to get my GCI. Oh, wait, that's
No, Dorney's getting Cannonin first. That's why they took out Stinger. Come on.
Okay.
Where is Cannonin? We should do a weekly update.
A Vekoma ride, by the way.
We should do a weekly update on where is Cannonin this week.
Yeah, where is Cannonin? Yes. Ridesforyou.com.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight. I'm, of course, Andrew Barczyk from Chicago, Illinois.
And I'm Danny Miller, full of nonsense, from Binghamton, New York.
As always.
See you guys.
Oh, my goodness.